This is Savannah Hernandez for Action 7 News. I'm here at Barton Springs, and as you can see behind me, it is completely cleared out. Now, the mayor of Austin, Mayor Adler, has declared the shelter-in-place order this past Tuesday, and since then, people have been asked to shelter in place. The businesses have been told that they are not allowed to keep their dining areas open. If they do that, they can be fined $1,000. Over the past couple of days on Twitter, I have seen groups of people come to Barton Springs on the free side. This is the side where you would pay at, and as you can see, they're not letting people in over here, but I have seen pictures on the free side of mass groups of people. Other people have called 311 when they have seen mass groups here in Austin in order to dispel them, to quell the spread of coronavirus. But I want to know what the actual Austinite and what the actual people here in America think about the coronavirus. There are a couple people who are out and about today riding their bikes, swimming here at Barton Springs, so I want to see how real the fear of coronavirus is.
I'm actually out here to meet not only one but two of my friends, so we're not getting too big of a group, and we're just here to enjoy the sunshine because we've been locked in and it's been so cloudy for so long, so just cabin fever.
So a lot of people aren't here. Of course, Barton Springs as well is shut down because of the coronavirus. I see that you have your box of Coronas here with you today to celebrate the nice weather. My big question to people is how real are fears over the coronavirus? A lot of people have said that it's really the media that's hyping it up. So what does the average American think about the coronavirus?
Personally, I do think that it's really serious. It's not like I'm doing this all the time. It's just I think we need 1 or 2 days of like real relief. No, but I really do think that it's serious, and I mean, I have a lot of elderly family that I want to be safe, and they're taking a lot of precautions as well.
From the things that I've read on it, it's really only detrimental and really like scary for someone that has any kind of underlying, even mild health condition and stuff like that. I mean, I read it somewhere like a 20-year-old girl with mild asthma dying from it, but most of the other people that are really like debilitated from it are elderly, morbidly obese, or hypertensive people. Otherwise, you know, I feel like it's a lot of drummed up hype for something that is coming later on.
It kind of sucks, you know, this whole virus. I'm ready to get back to work and, you know, everything to get back to normal.
How long have you been out of work for?
Since March 17th, and my business closed until May 1st. So,
what do you think about coronavirus?
I don't like it.
Do you like being out of school, or do you want to go back?
I want to go back.
You want to go back?
I mean, I think it's like getting really bad, but I think like if you just social distance and just like follow the rules, then you'll be fine.
I'm ready to go back to work. That's just it. You know, I'm ready for it to all be over.
Kind of sucks getting to be away from friends and family, but right now keeping distance from other people around, just swimming, enjoying a good time. Just I read that we can go outside, enjoy the outdoor and all that stuff. So that's just what I'm doing, to be honest. Trying to enjoy the best out of it, you know.
Do you know anyone personally who's been affected by the coronavirus? Anyone who's been hospitalized because of the coronavirus?
Not at all. None. The only things that I've read are online, and those are from people that could be discernible. It could be complete BS. I mean, it really depends, because it's just an anonymous person touting stuff online, or it's someone in a news article that could or could not be. There is really no way of telling.
I know some of my friends that have tested just to be tested, and they are not positive. They've only been negative. And one of the girls, she had cold-like symptoms, and so when she got tested and she was negative for it, that was a really big relief. I think if she was tested positive, it would have been even, you know, crazier in my mind.
No, I do know her best friend's mother knows people who have had it or who have it, but I don't personally know anyone.
I know one person, but I'm not like close friends with her, but I know she did get it.
How's she doing?
She's fine now. She got it like a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's fine now.
Did she get tested for it? Did she have to go to the hospital?
Yeah, she got tested and she was quarantined for I think 14 days in her own house, and she had to wear like a mask and all that stuff.
So how old is she, and I guess what were some of her symptoms?
I think she's 23. I'm not like actually sure, but I know she had a sore throat, cough, and then she felt like she was out of breath like the whole time she had it.
Really, no, I don't know anybody myself, but just the only thing I've seen online that they're mainly focusing on is New York, and that's the main thing that I've been reading on in Italy. So prayers out to them. But for my life, for my family, nobody.
Nobody.
So luckily, yeah.
No grandparents facing anything, fears of the coronavirus, hospitals being overrun.
There's fears, of course, but my family, we're all pretty close to each other, so we're all keeping in touch, making sure we're all in good health and stuff. So it's all good for now.
Oh, good.
I don't know anybody, but I'm sure maybe I have mutuals or something like that. But, I want everybody to be safe and, kind of keep a positive mindset about it and do what it says. Take care of yourself. Take care of your peace of mind.
We have seen a lot of stories of hospitals being overrun, of ventilators, being overused as well, us potentially running out of them. Have you heard any stories of that directly or experienced any of that directly, maybe with your family or friends?
Not directly, but I do I try to stay, up to date, especially on Snapchat. I listen to a lot of news stories on there. So I have heard that, and but no, it hasn't affected me directly. Yeah.
I have not experienced this all directly because I actually have an elderly family member in the hospital, and things are not nearly as bad as they're saying, at least here. I mean, I've been to one here nearby, close by, over off of 71, Seton, but it seemed like business as usual there, which, granted, here, not as many cases, but they're not necessarily like preparing or ramping up, or at least from my eyes, it didn't seem that way. I have read things, and I don't know how true they are, just because I'm a skeptic of everything that I read today, just because of the state of things that they are.
So have you heard any stories about hospitals being overrun or us running out of ventilators?
I have not.
No, not at all.
Not here. So just in Italy mostly, and I haven't heard that happening here yet.
So Mayor Adler issued his shelter-in-place orders this past Tuesday. I do see quite a few people out here enjoying the sun.
Yeah.
Talk to us about why you're here today and why you came out.
Really mental health. Being cooped up and being told to be cooped up for the foreseeable future or any discriminable about a time is kind of concerning, and it's actually very concerning that everybody's following it in such a manner that it's hysteria, almost. It's a calm hysteria. I really want to fight against that, but be precautious on my own right in that sense, just because of the spread. I do not want to be a perpetrator of the spread, but in the same vein, it's just very odd to me that within 8 weeks, the world's shut down.
What do you think about the city of Austin telling people that they could be fined $1,000 or spend up to 6 months in jail for breaking COVID-19 orders?
I think that's absolutely outrageous, and I think it's an extra layer to the veil of control that they're trying to pull on us that, quite honestly, absolutely disgusts me. I, even with the pandemic in mind, should have the irreparable fact to be able to leave my home whenever I like and go wherever I please while taking my own precautions. Granted, yes, I'm not in gloves and a mask, but I'm taking my precautions, staying away from, granted, not in this case, but staying away from strangers in a relative distance. But at the same time, why should I have to worry about being fined for even leaving my house? That's outrageous to me.
I mean, honestly, I think I think the city's been handling it very well. I think, closing or, stopping South by was a good idea, and I think that they have done everything that they should be doing to slow the spread and flatten the curve.
Honestly, I kind of think it's not like that necessary, because I live in Frisco, which is like Dallas County. So I came up here like 4 days ago and to go help my mom move in, and like now I'm scared to go back. Dallas isn't bad. Like, I know there's a couple counties, so there's like Denton, Collin, and I don't know what the other one is, but there's one more that are under lockdown, like where you're not supposed to go out like unless it's groceries and stuff like that. But everything else is open.
And what about hospitals? Are they overrun over there? Do you know it all?
Yeah, I have no idea.
The streets are empty, so that's a good thing. I haven't seen that in years. But other than that, yeah, I think they're handling it pretty well. There's some good precautions. I see cops out more and all that, so I like to see that as well. If you think about it, I mean, what's worse, getting a fine or spreading the virus around to multiple people, you know? I guess that's how it's viewed. That's as long as you're safe about it. You know, there's certain rules that you can go outside, you can go to the grocery shop, you can do this, you can do that. Read those rules, see what you can do. Don't try to overdo it because you will get a fine, you will maybe go to jail, all that stuff. But personally, what I think about those rules is just, you know, just like anything else, there has to be rules for anything to be followed, just so, you know.
Nobody said this life would be easy, and we are truly alive in extraordinary times. If someday in the future we are ever asked, "What did you do during this time?" how will you answer? Will we be alive to answer? For years, I thought we needed to wake others up in order to stop what's coming, and that may be true. But perhaps the reason we are alive and awake is so that we can prepare for it, so that we have time to survive it, and so that we have the time and energy to help others survive it. Buy storable foods, gravity-fed water filters, pure iodine, and other supplies at InfoWarsStore.com. The time to prepare is now. Be prepared. The future depends on it. InfoWarsStore.com.